What if I told you this healthy cheesecake is just as rich, creamy, and satisfying as the classic? Stay with me, and I'll show you exactly how to make it using simple ingredients you probably already have at home. Carefully separate 6 large eggs, making sure not to get any yolk into the egg whites. We'll be whipping those later. Next, we're going to blend 3½ cups of rolled oats until they turn into a fine, flour-like texture. If you don't have a blender, you can simply use store-bought oat flour instead. It'll turn out great either way. Now add 7/8 cup of milk to the ground oats and give everything a good stir. Don't worry if it's thick. That's exactly what you want. It'll make it easy to form the crust and the sides of the cheesecake. Go ahead and add all 6 egg yolks to the mixture. Then mix until everything comes together. We're making an oat-based crust here, a healthier alternative to a classic cheesecake. The oats give it a firm texture and a nice little crunch once it's baked. Next, we're going to zest 2 oranges. The zest gives the cheesecake a fresh, bright citrus flavor. It really makes a difference. Just be sure to zest only the orange part, not the white pith underneath. It tastes bitter. Add the zest right to the batter. Now take one of the oranges you just zested, cut it in half, and squeeze out the juice. I'm just squeezing it by hand, but if you've got a citrus juicer sitting in the drawer, this is a great time to use it. Next, melt the butter and add it to the mixture. Add a teaspoon of salt. It just enhances the flavor. Then add 2 teaspoons of baking powder for a lighter texture, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 2 teaspoons of ground cardamom. Finally, add 6 tablespoons of cornstarch and mix until everything is well combined. At this point, the mixture gets pretty thick, so I'm switching to a wooden spoon. If it gets too hard to mix, you can always use your hands and knead it like a dough. Set it aside, and let's get the pan ready. Lightly grease your springform pan with butter so the crust doesn't stick. And transfer all of the oat mixture to the prepared pan. Start by spreading it evenly across the bottom with a wooden spoon. Then I switch to a glove so I can shape the crust by hand without it sticking to my fingers. Smooth out the bottom first, then press the mixture up the sides. Try not to leave too much crust where the bottom meets the sides. It'll give you a much cleaner slice later. And there you have it, a nice, even crust. Put the pan in the fridge to let the crust set a little while we work on the filling. Add the Greek yogurt to the cottage cheese. Then blend everything until smooth and creamy. Alternatively, you can use cream cheese instead. Just mix it with the Greek yogurt on low speed until smooth. The filling should be creamy and smooth, although you may still notice a few small bits here and there if you're using cottage cheese, but that's totally fine. Now back to the egg whites we set aside earlier. Add in the honey, preferably in a liquid form, and start whipping the egg whites with a mixer, gradually increasing the speed. Liquid honey blends in much more easily than crystallized honey, so it incorporates evenly into the egg whites. If yours is too thick, Warm it up briefly in the microwave. Whip until the egg whites are fluffy and hold their shape. Back to the cheese mixture. Add in the whipped egg whites, then add the cornstarch, and gently fold everything together with a spatula to keep the egg whites light and airy. This step makes all the difference in getting the cheesecake extra light and fluffy. So, take your time here, and don't rush the process. Take the crust out of the fridge and add in the filling. Smooth out the filling with a spatula. And if you're enjoying this recipe, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe. Now for the finishing touch, a crunchy topping. Add 3/4 cup of oats to a bowl and set it aside for now. Next, you'll need 3/4 cup of walnuts. And you'll want to finely chop them into small pieces. Add them to the oats. Then add 2 tablespoons of shredded coconut. Add a little olive oil. Mix everything together until well combined. This topping takes just a couple of minutes to prepare, but it adds a really nice texture and flavor to the cheesecake. Now just sprinkle this mixture on top of the cheesecake filling. Spread it evenly over the entire surface with a spatula. Then lightly press it down so the topping stays in place. All that's left is to carefully place the cheesecake in the oven. Bake for about 1 hour. The cheesecake should be golden on top with a slight jiggle in the center. Leave the cheesecake inside for about 30 minutes with the door slightly open. Remove the cheesecake from the oven and let it cool to room temperature. Then refrigerate it for about 4 hours to set. Once chilled, remove the cheesecake from the pan. And here we have a beautiful, tall, and delicious cheesecake. It's tender, flavorful, with a crunchy crust and no added sugar, just the natural sweetness of honey. Thanks to the cottage cheese, eggs, and yogurt, it's high in protein, making it a great dessert when you want something delicious, but a little more balanced. You have to give it a try. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. See you next time!